Fund Group of Australia responded to our recent research saying that it was substantially similar to Bonitas and that we slavishly followed their work. They then went on to highlight 4 of our statements and describe them as false and misleading. We're always concerned about the quality of our work, so we double-checked the source material. We had a look at the Bonitas reports as well as the note that we put out. We then went on to look up the definition of false and misleading. We think their description is totally unjustified, and we're mystified that they would prefer to malign our work rather than provide a very simple answer to some quite clear questions. But before we go on, you need to know that under the Hong Kong SFC regulations, we can't make recommendations to the public, and none of what follows should be taken as investment advice. Now, to be clear, we're not short sellers. We have no relationship with Bonitas. We respect their work, but our work was not based on theirs. Yes, our conclusions do overlap. We think that RFF's assets are being overvalued, and RFM is benefiting from this, and the stock price could collapse due to the leverage if the assets were appropriately valued. However, how we got to these conclusions is totally different, as we believe management is well aware. As to our statements being false and misleading, let's have a look at them. Statement number 1. We said that RFM used RFF money to end up with a 100% stake in JFF. Apparently this is false and misleading, but we don't understand why, because that is exactly what it says in the Ernst & Young report. As to whether owning JNF is a benefit or not to RFM, we can't say, but if it is of no benefit, why did they, not the unit holders, end up owning it? Statement number 2. Booking asset expense as an asset improvement. Now, according to RFM, this is misleading because these capitalised costs attract additional lease revenue. Okay, but if this is correct, why is the revenue return on assets falling? Statement 3. Extend asset lives, cut depreciation costs, inflate profits. Now, this is an accounting truth. How can that possibly be false or misleading? Then delving into the detail, RFM notes that asset lives are based on assumptions. Fair enough. They then say that the estimates they use are in line with industry experts, but then give no detail as to why these differ so much from the guidance given by the Australian government. They go on to talk about the auditor approval of their valuations, but, as noted in the E&Y report, these are based on DCF models, not open market values, and so are very easy to manipulate. Moreover, auditors check that the numbers add up, not that the final number is correct and realistic. It seems to us that it is RFM, not us, that is being somewhat disingenuous. Statement 4. Drawn into a Ponzi scheme. RFM say that based on their numbers, distributions are well covered. Well, of course they are. The problem is we think the cash flow should be calculated differently. Done our way, distributions are not covered, and as such, we think our comment is fair. To sum up, why did RFM rather than RFF end up owning JNF? 2. If RFM's valuations and cash flow corrections are correct, why is the revenue return on assets falling? Finally, RFM is very keen to point out that the E&Y report corroborated their story. We are less convinced and suggest that investors think about the following direct quotes. We have not conducted an audit. We've utilised information provided by management. We do not express any conclusion and provide no assurance on the conclusion or any other part of this report. Whilst the assumptions used by management and in turn the conclusions reached appear supportable, this is a very highly judgmental and complex area. It seems to us that that translates as, we relied on management, they might have lied, we're not sure, so don't sue us if it all goes wrong. Now, we don't think that's really a ringing endorsement of management policies. If you'd like to know more, please visit our website and look through the highlighted documents on the Rural Funds page. To keep up to date with our reviews, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your time.